Imagine a pot of water on a hot stove, with the lid sealed tight. Keep the heat on long enough, and the pressure has nowhere to go. Eventually, the steam forces its way out, and things get messy. That is exactly what happened at BC Place Stadium during the 2026 World Cup match between Canada and Qatar. For Canada, hosting the tournament was a dream scenario. They were stepping onto their home turf, looking to secure their first victory on soccer's biggest stage. What followed was a total blowout. Canada dismantled the Qatari defense, piling on goal after goal until the scoreboard read 6-0. Canadian forward Jonathan David led the charge by scoring 3 of those goals himself, a massive athletic achievement. This level of dominance creates its own kind of friction. Instead of a quiet victory lap, the lopsided score pumped a volatile energy into the stadium, turning the massive lead into the very heat that would eventually force the lid right off the pot. The match reached a breaking point early in the second half, right around the 53rd minute. Qatar's Asim Madibo launched into a reckless, dangerous tackle against Canadian midfielder Ismael Kone. The collision caused a severe leg injury for Kone. Medical staff had to secure him to a stretcher and rush him directly to the hospital. The referee reviewed the video footage of the tackle and immediately issued a red card, officially ejecting Madibo from the game. This diagram shows why that penalty was devastating for Qatar. Another Qatari player had already been sent off. Now they were left with only 9 players to defend against 11 Canadians. The injury and the penalties warped the nature of the game. It stopped being a structured athletic contest, with Canada easily suffocating the remaining Qatari players. The match became an emotionally volatile survival scenario for both sides. The Qatari players were completely exhausted, forced to do the running of a full squad while being hopelessly behind on the scoreboard. Defeat gave way to deep frustration and embarrassment. On the other side of the field, the Canadian players experienced a sharp emotional turn. The joy of their huge lead was replaced by anger and a fierce instinct to protect their injured teammate. Instead of simply passing the ball around to run out the clock, Canada decided to punish the weakened Qatari defense, attacking the goal relentlessly. Midfielder Nathan Saliba drove that point home perfectly by blasting in a brilliant goal from a free kick. But it was his celebration that told the real story. Saliba grabbed Ismael Koné's jersey and held it high above his head as a direct tribute to his hospitalized teammate. The tribute signaled a shift in the stakes. With Koné's jersey held high, the match moved past tournament standings and into the territory of a personal, deeply charged grudge. Finally, the referee blew the whistle to end the match. Usually, this sound is a signal to let go of competitive tension and return to normal. Custom dictates that the opposing managers meet in the middle to shake hands, a formal gesture of respect no matter the final score. But as Canada's head coach, Jesse Marsh, celebrated passionately with the roaring home crowd, his interaction with the Qatari manager appeared brief and dismissive. To the Qatari bench, already drained from a humiliating defeat, this perceived slight was the final insult. They felt deeply disrespected by the opposing coach's attitude. Within seconds, the pot boiled over. Players and coaching staff from both sides rushed the touchline, locking into a chaotic shoving match that forced security personnel to step in and pull them apart. Worn, measured pain, the sting of a blowout, and a flash of perceived disrespect combined into a volatile emotional cocktail. The scoreboard shows a 6-goal gap, but the final whistle revealed something much harder to quantify: the exact moment when logic gave way to a human explosion.